that we first got news about this midair collision that happened over there. We're still trying to gather more information, but from what we know, again, this was a small plane and a helicopter somehow in midair that collided, and the plane was able to get down safely to ground. But again, as you look in closer, you can see firefighters have been able to put out the flames, but that helicopter suffered tremendous damage in that midair collision. We're going to go to the phone now with one of our 12 News employees, Judd Slivka, who lives in that area. And Judd, I understand you were able to speak with a witness who saw this happen?
Yes, that's right, Rachel. He was fishing on the canal just adjacent to where the helicopter apparently went down. He said he heard a loud bang or a boom, looked up and saw something fall out of the sky, and then a plane go and land on the runway. He said lots of smoke, some fire, and the total elapsed time was maybe less than a minute.
Wow. About what time did this happen, as far as he told you?
He said it happened in the last hour.
Yeah. Oh, my word. Now, he saw the two collide in the air, or he just heard that boom and bang?
He heard the boom and bang, and then he saw something fall out of the sky. He described it to me as he thought it was the plane's engine. And then he saw the plane go in for a landing. So this area where we are is just south of the runways to Chandler's Airport. It's maybe less than a quarter mile to the edge of the runway.
And from what we're seeing, fortunately, this chopper this didn't happen over any neighborhoods, anything like that. Everything went down in what appears to be kind of a wooded area, as you're saying, describing, not too far from the airport there. The guy who was fishing that you spoke with, did he see the flames once that chopper took a hard crash to the ground?
He did not. He was watching the plane go into the airport.
Wow. And how close are you to where this is?
Maybe 200 yards from where the helicopter went down.
Yeah. In that area, I mean, frequently you must hear a lot of planes overhead, things like that. So probably not an unusual occurrence to hear planes and helicopters flying over in that area, right?
Correct. So Chandler is a busy light general aviation airport, so lots of Cessnas and King Airs and Bonanzas go out of here. Lots of small helicopters train out of here, making the rounds between Chandler Airport and the Falcon Field and Phoenix Gateway. And so it's not unusual to hear a lot of air traffic around here, but I think the most exciting thing that had happened at Chandler Airport previously was earlier this year when the guy busted the gate trying to get away from police.
That's right. Yeah. I'm sure we're going to be waiting to hear more information as this investigation continues, because surely very concerning as to how this chopper and a small airplane were able to even collide in the area. Certainly very concerning for neighbors who live in that area, as well as the pilots who chopper those aircraft out of Chandler Municipal.
I think so. Now, this area where we are is just on the final approach for Chandler's runways, and so it's a fairly busy area. In fact, as we were talking, a plane just came over adjacent for one of the other runways. So it's not uncrowded airspace, but the Chandler Tower is usually very good about separating.
Yeah, definitely. In this case, it seems, I mean, from what we can see, that perhaps small plane there clipped that chopper as it was in the air, because you can hardly see any damage, at least from our vantage point, to the plane itself. But the chopper, once it took that hard landing, you can see, my word, just a lot of debris and a lot of charred area where firefighters were fortunately able to put out that fire very quickly. Again, we don't know who owned the helicopter, who was piloting it, or how many passengers were on board. We're hearing at this point it might be 2, but we're not sure. We're still trying to confirm. Obviously, this is a developing story with a lot of new information coming in. But yeah, you can see the fire trucks out in that area. They've been able to successfully pull it out, and now they have to go through the process of trying to figure out who was on board. As we've been mentioning, in that area, once again, if you're just now joining us at this mid-air collision that happened, again, the location is just by that Chandler Municipal Airport, so South McQueen Road and East Queen Creek Road. So if you're taking a look at our map right now, Vanessa Ramirez has been here with us and she got the map together for us, and you can see the traffic slow down there. We're understanding that traffic is being diverted in all directions. If you do have to get out and about, she is saying either take Germain or Ocotillo is probably a good way to go ahead and get around it. But again, if you don't have to go in that direction, probably best to try to avoid it, just because you can see the backup that it's been creating right there by the airport, all the way over on South Gilbert Road as well. A lot of slowdowns as you're seeing the crews are out in that direction, just trying to figure out what happened, and now the ensuing investigation that will happen. You can see again once from our live pictures in the air. I think this shot gives you a better understanding of the distance from the small plane where it landed, was able to get down safely, versus where the helicopter took that hard crash and caught fire. Yeah, so you're looking right now, again, this is the small plane, and as you're looking from where we're able to see, and you see some emergency crews out there, you can see that that plane suffered very little damage. Again, that chopper that crashed, we're still trying to figure out how many people were on board. Again, this is being investigated as we speak. Stay with 12 News on air and online, as well as our free 12 News app to get new information about this as we gather it for you.